Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm Dennis B, and today we're looking at the latest EM Plus table launch on the AtGames platforms. This is Woods Queen EM Plus. So, for anyone that plays on the Zakaria platform on Steam, this one has already been out for a little while, so you may have played it there. If you haven't, I would suggest maybe popping on there. It's a free, Zachariah Pinball is free to download, and then you can trial every table for about, I think it's like a minute and a half or so, free gameplay. Not to bury the lead here, but my suggestion is probably do that before you go ahead and buy this one. But anyway, as per usual on these kind of impressions videos that I do, I quite literally this game just launched. It came out within the last few minutes on the App Store. I just downloaded it, just installed it, and just booted it up. I literally have not played this on AtGames on this platform yet. As I said, I have played this game before on Zach Pinball on Steam, so I'm curious to see how this plays on this platform. You know, of course, when you're playing Steam OTG, at least for me, I just get like there's just enough lag to make it a little bit hard to play. So I'm looking forward to this playing much smoother. But you're probably going to hear a lot of the same things that I said back on my video for Nautilus EM Plus, which was recorded, just over a week ago, a little over a week, I think, when it launched. But the bottom line is these EM Plus tables are basically all the same. They have different, yes, they have different layouts, they have different theming, and some of them, they play a little bit, differently, but in terms of like the rule sets, you're doing the same thing. It's the same thing but different table, and that while it can be like it could be a bit refreshing when you kind of play these compared to the deluxe tables, which end up being like just a combo or multi-ball fest. These aren't that, but at the same time, it's just like you're doing the same thing over again. So as I said, I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I don't really know how to play this, I don't know anything about this, but the bottom line is like this rule set is the same as what you were playing on Tropical EM Plus and what you're playing on Nautilus EM Plus. And then, of course, the EM Plus games that are still yet to come out, they're very much the same as well. So really quickly bringing up the rule set and what I'm talking about here. Now, I'm not going to go through everything here. Very simple. You have, point amounts for every different, target that you hit. But when you get into, some of the things that where all the scoring is, you're talking about the rollover buttons. Those are these red buttons all over the place. It's the same thing, right? You roll over it once, you get 8,000 points, within a ball. And then within that same ball, you roll over all of them again, it spits the second ball into play. And then if you roll over them again while you have the two balls in play, it'll spit a third ball in play. And that's probably the fastest way to rack up points because you've got three balls going. And if you can keep the multi-ball going for a while, you can get quite a bit of points, especially if you can complete all the rollovers. That's, 15,000 points if you've got three balls going. Now, much easier said than done because, as you know, playing Nautilus, this one isn't as bad as Nautilus, but Nautilus is a freaking drain monster when it came to those outlanes. So anyway, but the rollover things, same. This is the same as Tropical, as same as Nautilus in terms of those red rollover buttons. Again, you've got some like other minor differences. You got your standard multiplier that are drop targets. There's 3 drop targets over here to increase your 2x, 3x, 5x. Vine roll, you got your bottom 4 rollovers as per usual. But the other thing about it is you've got this jungle bonus. So that's this increasing bonus here in the middle of the table where you're kind of hitting all the 2-bank spot targets. So there's a 2-bank spot target here, there's a 2-bank spot target there, and there's a 2-bank spot target there. And apologies, I'll show this without the all the text on the screen in a second. But the bottom line is, once again, that also exists in Nautilus and in Tropical. You know, it's just different spot targets, but same basic function of like this increasing jackpot every time you hit those. Not a jackpot, really, just increasing value. Okay, and then, you know, the main objectives of the game, once again, exactly the same. You've got your lights here. They're all listed here. Bottom roll always 4 times, so just complete that. Drop targets 6 times, so you get drop targets around here to complete that one. Pass the ramp. There, on this one here, there's only 1 ramp. Pop bumpers, hitting the pop bumpers to complete that one. Hitting the slingshots 12 times, you know, ball back and forth. Spot targets 15 times for the next one, and then the spinner, which on this one here, the spinner is right here. That lane right there to complete the last one. So anyway, if you've played Tropical, if you've played Nautilus, it's the same basic rule set. You know, you just have very, you know, straightforward things to complete. Now they're straightforward, not necessarily easy to do, but you know, it's just it's the same, right? If you go and look at Tropical EM Plus, it's the same thing. Hitting the pop bumpers, hitting the slingshots, hitting ramps, hitting spinners, hitting drop targets, hitting spot targets. Same rule set, different table. So, so I will stop talking and just, you know, play a little bit so you guys can get a feel for what the play of the table looks like. As you can see, obviously the layout is unique, and that's, you know, the one thing I will say to kind of credit these EM Plus tables is, you know, they do have, you know, it's not just the same layout with a different coat of paint on it. Like they do change it up, you know. Like I said, you know, Nautilus had 2 ramps. This one only has 1. You know, there was this separate kind of, you know, play field that Tropical EM Plus had that was unique to that. This one here has this kind of like sectioned off bumper section. You know, there's also this, and I didn't mention it when I was looking at the rules here, but there's this lane right here with the spinner. As you can see, there's a diverter, so when you hit the ball up there, it goes into this area here. But after enough spins, and this one here, I will let you all make as many dirty jokes as you want, but there is a hidden path bonus. Every 30th rotation on the spinner unlocks a way to hidden path, which is the deep hole. Shoot the deep hole to receive 8,000 points. Each time you repeat the process, it'll always add 1,000 points to the current value until you reach 12,000 points. So that's a long way of saying, hit this spinner enough times, 30 times, that diverter opens up, and then you can shoot the ball into that deep hole. So yes, it's the Woods Queen, and one of the main shots is hitting her deep hole. I'll let you guys, you know, enough said. Anyway, let's play, shall we? Oh, one other thing I want to point out, again, a little bit annoying and frustrating for me and for a lot of folks. It's the DMD and the fact that it's just got a plain old score on it. So again, I know I'm only on a phone here and don't have the multi-camera setup, but the back glass is the same as all the other EM Plus, man. It's 4 scores. That's it. And a picture of the Woods Queen and her, I don't need to say it. I don't want to be a complete pig here, but anyway, the wonderful looking Woods Queen on the back glass. As our friend Pete Ups likes to say, boobies on the back glass. We got boobies on the back glass. Okay. Excuse me. Whew. All right. So I'm going to turn up the volume just a little so you guys can at least hear the music, because I will say, give this credit, music is pretty good. You know, it's your typical jungle type music with a lot of, you know, bongos and drums and that kind of thing. Fits the theme very well. You know, and talking about the theming, as you could probably tell with all these EM Plus tables, just a lot of AI slop, but I think the Woods Queen looks great. And I'll leave it at that. She's riding a dinosaur, which, given my proclivity for dinosaurs, I got it in mind. But you got to watch this hole here because it likes to come out and go right down the middle. But so far, you know, this is your typical. So there you go. Went up that lane and hit the diverter, and it goes into the pop bumpers. And that's exactly what I was talking about. I was talking, not paying attention. The ball comes out of there, loves to go straight down the middle. You know, as you'll, you know, I think most people have learned on these EM Plus tables, you gotta nudge the shit out of them. You gotta constantly be on top of nudging it, keeping them away from the out lanes. Don't let the ball roll down the middle like that, like I did. You know, so you have to be kind of on top of your shit. So you gotta do something like that to keep it away from just rolling straight down the fucking middle. Yeah, oh, you see, and this is, you know, there you go. There's Magic Pixel, and there's the EM Plus tables for you. This is going to be a really short game. You just kind of give it. See, that one was fine. It was kind of, you just have to kind of watch the trajectory of the ball when it's coming out of that hole there. And unfortunately, there's no avoiding it. Like the plunges go through there, going up the ramp goes through there. You have to hit the pop bumpers to complete one of these modes. Like the ball is going to funnel down that hole. You just have to be on top of it as much as you can. Wow, there you go. So the ball gets down to the hole. You just gotta, again, stay on top of it. Don't get lulled to sleep here, and then do a little kick. See if you can get it to do something like that. There you go. It's kind of bouncing around. Just whatever you can do to just not let it roll. If it rolls out of there clean, it's gonna roll straight down that. And of course, these out lanes that don't look like right there, like to me from this perspective, it doesn't even look like there's enough room for the ball to go through there. Don't get fooled by that. The ball goes right down that fucking. And I'm nudging to see if I can hit this ramp shot over and over. So again, with these EM Plus tables, there is a ball save. There's a ball save at the beginning. Oh, there's the deep hole I just hit. There's a ball save like when the ball launches, and I think there's a ball save that activates after you complete one of these lights. But anyway, but you can't. It's not. You don't get it from activating the 4 rollovers at the bottom like you normally do on a lot of these tables. So there's not really an active way to relight the ball save. So. Bottom line is you can't rely on ball saves or extra balls on these EM Plus tables. So I've completed, as you can see, I've completed 3 of these, and I don't want to bore everyone bringing up the rule set, but I think I still have to do the pop bumpers one is the thing I've probably done. I probably have to do the spinner one and the slingshot one. So if I was actually playing for score, I would stop and figure out exactly what I need to do, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just trying to show the gameplay off here. But yeah, stuff like that. Like, just don't let the ball get into there. Nudge it away. These tables require a lot of what I would call proactive nudging. Just don't let the balls get into these danger areas because, as you know, they're inevitably gonna find their way to the fucking out lane. Alright, cool. So now I just have to do... Alright, so now I want to stop. I've got them all lit except for Gorilla. So I'm just gonna take a quick look at the rules. Gorilla is the slingshots. Awesome. So I just got to get more hits on these slingshots, which, as you know, probably not the safest thing in the world. Oh, that's what I get for being stupid. So anyway, that's my first time playing. Initial score 349,000. So I'm just gonna play a couple more games. So net, for anyone who's played these EM Plus tables, I mean, I hate to say it because I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to shit on Magic Pixel or shit on these tables, but they're just more the same. It's the reality of it is just. Is if you've played. Oh, damn it. This is what I was saying about don't let the ball. Whatever you do, don't let the ball go in there because it's going to find its way out. Like if you're someone that likes these EM Plus tables and like how they play and they like how clean they are and simple and straightforward they are, then you know you're gonna like this. This is these are fun. But if you already have the other two EM Plus tables and you weren't really infatuated with them or found them kind of boring, then you're not gonna find anything different here on this table. It's more the same. Oh god! Now, if you think it's worth the $8 just to have this, hot chick on the playfield in the black back glass, then that's fine too. You got the boys coming over to play some pinball. This is this could be a nice one to fire up. Oh, right down the middle. I saved it, and that one's going down. God. You can see, man, Magic Pixel, man, they just. That ball wants to go right down the middle. Early. So the hidden path is open. That is the deep hole. So, and I missed it. And I missed it again. Okay, never shot it up there before. There you go. But yeah, the bottom line is all the points on these tables is if you can get the multi-balls going, like I just started there, get the multi-balls going, keep the balls in play, and complete these main objectives, that's where all the points are on this. Jeez. Really where all the points are on the table. And there you go, I completed another one. That's third ball. And again, if I keep the balls going, you're hitting stuff, you're relighting the lights. That one went down out lane. Oh, I must have had a ball save. Did I imagine something? I thought another ball ejected. What am I missing? Is it my imagination or did a ball self-eject from the God. Hallucinating or not, but I thought I saw a ball like a ball save ejected from the thing, but the ball kind of disappeared. Let's look at the replay on that one, see what happened. So I need to just complete Elephant and Python. Oh man. So again, I've got a 3-ball multi-ball going for a little bit, and I've already just decimated my first game's high score. Oh, see, this is the thing that happens on this that the other ones don't. So I lost the ball. On other games, these stay lit. On this one, they don't. So they all reset. I'm not sure if that's a bug or an error, because I'm pretty sure they're supposed to stay lit, unless that's just different for this game. But that's interesting. now I'm wondering which is correct. The other tables where they stay lit, or this table where if you lose the ball, everything resets. Because I know that on the other tables, when you lose the ball, you know, the progress will stay, but like for the ones you didn't complete, all of that resets, all of the drop targets reset, the spot target, everything just completely resets. But that's interesting that now these lights reset too. It didn't do that. It doesn't do that on Nautilus or Tropical. Just let that dead flip. Let's see if I can right up there. So, as you can see, every time the ball is kind of coming to those walls above the out lanes, I'm trying to get it to just nudge away. You do not want that ball in the out lane. God, I keep missing that hidden path. Ooh, almost got caught napping there. Okay, sorry, quick pause here. Rules, Python, ramp 6 times, okay. So I just have to do Python, hit the ramp. If I do that, it's 30,000 for Python, and you get 50,000 for completing all of them. So let's not screw up the ramp shot, shall we? I'm gonna nudge it over, and I'm gonna miss. There it is, all of them done. And then, okay, so when I completed them all, that's what's reactivated the ball save there. And you just do it all over again. And that's the table. Completing those modes, which, as you can probably tell, completing the modes, I mean, it's really just keeping the ball in play and hitting your shots, you know, hitting these lanes, the ramps, hitting the rollovers. If you just do that, keep the balls in play, and you hit various targets, you're gonna complete the modes. You know, there's no There's no magic here. There's no secret to it. Which again makes these EM Plus tables good and maybe not so good at the same time, because they're simple. Anyone can just pick these up and play them. Probably get a decent score. Oh yeah, okay, so ball ejects. Okay. See, I feel like that happened in the last table, but then the ball disappeared. I gotta watch the replay of that later. Oh, man. Oh, it went right down the frickin' middle. So yeah, just keeping multi-balls in play. Oh boy, great. So I tried to nudge that one and it didn't quite do anything. Shit. So, as you know, talked about on other, forums, my previous videos and on Discord, that DMD back there with just showing just the score is such a miss, because if you play this game on Steam on Zach Pinball, there's actually what I'll call like a full widget where it not only shows your score, but it'll show what ball you're on, and it shows what player number if you're doing multiple players. The fact that there's nowhere on here that tells you what ball number you're on is a bit frustrating, to say the least, because like right now I think I'm on my last ball and there are no extra balls, but you have to kind of keep that in the back of your mind, try not to lose track, which it's like it shouldn't be that hard, to lose. You shouldn't lose track, because it's, can count to 3, but you know, shit happens. You know, pinball. Just, you know, sometimes you lose track. It happens. Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. All right, the ball save is active, so that helps. Which I believe when you start multi-ball, you do get a ball save. Damn it. Missed it. You got to be careful not to go too crazy with nudging. Oh, I lost 2 balls at the same freaking time. But as you can see, with the 3 balls going, there's a little bit of stuttering going on. Oh, I just screwed that. 1.8 million, not bad. So, net on this one here. Oh, there you go. 1 ball for greatness, guys. 70,000, 470,000, 1.2 million on ball 3. So, as RTX like to say, it only takes 1 ball for greatness. There you go. Copyright RTX Pinball. TM. Circle R. Anyway, okay. So, net. Not to be repetitive. The table looks great. She looks great. Colorful. The theme, the music, all of that. Great. It's a great table. If you haven't bought the previous EM Plus tables for whatever reason, and you're still interested in maybe picking one up, as it stands right now, having played the others on Steam, this one's pretty good. This one is, you know, one of the better ones in my opinion. Right now, my favorite is battle/combat, and I'm not quite sure what to call it. Some places call it combat, some places call it battle. But there's a battle/combat EM Plus table that's coming for AtGames. I believe it's not coming for a few months though. It's probably not until April or May, I believe. That one is pretty good. You know, it's war themed. You know, again, I highly recommend if you have the means to just download Zach Pinball on Steam, and you can trial basically all of the tables that are on here, and then a lot of the remake tables. The artwork has been updated, but you've got all the EM Plus tables. But I highly recommend, before you spend the $8 to buy this, just find a way to go on the Steam. It works on Mac, it works on PC. If you have any type of computer, you don't need a fancy gaming computer, and you don't need it to be in a cabinet mode. You can actually play it, you know, on a regular screen. Just go on there and try them out first and see which ones you like. I cannot in good conscience recommend paying $8 for every single one of these EM Plus tables, because you're just going to get the same table and over again. And now you're going to say, Dennis, well, you just bought this one. Well, I'm buying it because I'm trying to do some fucking YouTube content, and I want to try to help people out by, you know, showing them what the game is. So that's a long way of saying I spend the $8 so you don't have to. Again, this one here is fun. I like it in terms of, you know, EM. You know, if you kind of look at this in a vacuum, this is a fine table. It's fun. It's you know, the rule set is what it is. But if you're looking for variety, or if you're looking for something with like a deep rule set, or if you're looking for something with deep storytelling, you know, I've said this before with the EM Plus table. That's not what these are. These are like basic, fundamental pinball. You know, hit ramps, hit drop targets and pump uppers and shit like that. Just hit targets and get your points. That's all these tables are. So so my recommendation when it comes to these EM Plus tables is to just maybe, you know, check them all out on Steam, figure out which, you know, a couple of themes that you like. If there are certain ones that you just like the play style of, or like the layout of, buy those. Concentrate on those. Get two, maybe 3 of them, and you can let the other ones go. That would be my recommendation if you're looking to save money. Now, obviously, if you're a completionist and you're one of the folks that are, you know, hardcore pinballers and don't mind spending the $8 just to collect them all like a Pokemon, that's fine. You know, it's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm not going to tell anyone how to spend their money. I'm just saying, if you're trying to be selective and you just don't want to, you know, feel like you're getting your pocket picked. There's no need to buy every single one of these EM Plus tables. I'm just giving you my honest opinion here. So anyway, this one is cool. This one is fun. The theme alone might make it worth the $8, but like I said, I have concerns at games just releasing nothing but these EM Plus tables with a couple of exceptions, of course. I think there's going to be they're mixing in the Police Force table, which a lot of people are excited about, the follow-up to the Firefighter Wildlands. So if it's anything like Firefighter, that's going to be awesome. There's going to be a new Dinosaur Dynasty table coming out in the next few weeks or months. I don't remember the timing off the top of my head. And then they're going to be making updates to Turtles. But other than those three things, it's going to be all these EM Plus tables. And it's just, I'm concerned that, for the average player, it's like, they're going to buy it and they're going to be like, I feel like I just played this table because it's the same as the, same rule set as the others. So anyway, long story short is, this table's fine. In a vacuum, this table's fine. Outside of the vacuum and looking at it in the larger context of all these EM Plus tables, it's more of the same, and you should really just pick and choose which ones you want to buy. So anyway, I'm ranting. I'll just kind of stop the video there and stop repeating myself over and over again. Make the call for yourself on what's worth spending your hard-earned money on. That being said, there is also nothing wrong with waiting on this one. It'll probably be a while because they don't discount the new tables, but if you feel like you can wait on this, maybe in like 6 months, or maybe when the holidays come around and they kind of do their end of year sale, your Black Friday sales, you might be able to grab this one for $6, $4, whatever, depending on what platform you're on. So that might be a good time to pick it up then, is pick it up on a sale. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and look forward to talking soon. I know I'm a little bit overdue for a tutorial video, and that's kind of because there really haven't been a lot of new releases in terms of Zen, and there's not much to tutorialize on these tables, so I gotta be kind of motivated and inspired to kind of pick a table I haven't done yet and do a tutorial on that. So if anyone's looking for my next tutorial video, I'm just trying to be inspired to figure out which one I want to do next. Anyway, so hopefully I'll have one of those coming soon, and I'm thinking about actually doing a general video on all of these EM Plus tables. That could be kind of viewed as a tutorial as well, just so that people, I really feel like it's important for people to see all these EM Plus tables maybe in one place to kind of help them make a decision on which ones they want to buy. So I think what I'm trying to do is back up my advice with maybe I'll create a video, show everyone all these various EM Plus tables, so that you can kind of have another point of information on, okay, maybe which ones are the ones I'm most interested in. So keep an eye out for that video. I just have to sit down and think through how I want to go about that. Anyway, I'll stop blabbering on. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like, subscribe, all that crap. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye.